Good day, everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss to you about my research paper. The title of my research paper is Seniority in the Workplace, Discriminatory or Non-Discriminatory. By definition, when we say seniority, it is actually refers to individual's position on a list of all employees, where those who have worked there the longest are at the top and the least are at the bottom. Let's remember that in seniority, we acquire seniority by the number of years that we have rendered in an organization. Now, is it discriminatory or non-discriminatory? I just want to clarify here that I use the word systemic discrimination. By definition, when we say systemic discrimination, it is actually involves the procedures, the routines, and organizational culture of any organization that often without intent, I would like to emphasize that word, without intent, contribute to less favorable outcomes for minority groups than for the majority of the population from the organization's policies, the programs, at the same time employment and services. Now, my research question is this: does seniority in the workplace constitute systemic discrimination or non-discriminatory? I would like to know, I would like to explore, I would like to analyze and investigate whether or not seniority in the workplace constitutes systemic discrimination or non-discriminatory. This is actually the justification of the research. There are so many researches about seniority in the workplace, whether it's a discriminatory or non-discriminatory. What makes my research paper new is the fact that this viewpoint or standpoint or vantage point is from the vantage point of an international student. As an international student, I would like to understand, comprehend logically and philosophically what what does seniority mean to all the international students. And so one of my reasons why I explore on this topic is because international students may have encountered challenges in their employment due to seniority principle. On a personal note, when I'm applying for a job, most often than not, what the hiring managers would like to see into it is whether or not those who have rendered many years in the organization have given prime importance and prime priority as compared to me as international students. As an entry level who would like to work in a particular business and organization, it's so challenging for me to get the job that I want, even if I am, eligible, even if I have the professional experience, the knowledge and skills, because they give priority to those who are seniors in the workplace. The second one is this: employees who have skills, outstanding performance, professional experience, and newly acquired knowledge may be less competitive with senior employees. This is the fact that those who have more years in the organization are given prime importance. They are given much priority. They are given the opportunities in terms of promotion, in terms of compensation and benefits, as compared to those employees who I might say have professional experience, skills, and acquired new knowledge, but less length of service. This is actually the difficulties between the new employees and those who have been there for many years. Most often than not, because of this what you call seniority principle in the collective agreement, enshrined in the collective agreement, those who have more length of service are given priority. And lastly, length of service rendered versus performance and skills. So Given this kind of dialectical tension between length of service and the performance and skills of employees, which one is better? Those who have a length of service, those who have rendered many years and being loyal and committed to the organization, or those who have, I would say, outstanding performance and better skills and new knowledge. So these are the different justifications of my research. My thesis statement is very simple. Although seniority may yield positive impact in the organization, it can be argued that seniority provisions may constitute systemic discrimination in the light of legal frameworks, layoffs, and performance. I would say that there is a positive impact or positive effect of seniority, but I would also like to argue that seniority may tend to discriminate employees in the light of legal frameworks, layoffs, and performance. My argument, therefore, is this: seniority constitutes systemic discrimination. As can be seen in my research paper, I argued, and my position is very clear: seniority constitutes systemic discrimination. First, because in terms of legal frameworks, it has to be understood that Ontario, different legal frameworks in Canada, Ontario Human Rights Code, the Canadian Human Rights Act, affirm that there must be equal treatment in terms of job opportunities. Second, it constitutes systemic discrimination because in terms of layoffs, it's not based on seniority but based on performance and skills. And third, it's because of it's because of this that in terms of promotion, giving compensation and benefits, it has to be based on the performance and skills of employees. There are actually different problems or difficulties that I encountered. Number one, depending on the viewpoint, a researcher understands the issue. It depends on from what perspective you are going to understand, interpret, and comprehend the particular issue. In my case, I understand that from the perspective of international student. Second, limitation of resources on a clear jurisprudence. Unfortunately, though, cases with respect to seniority have a very limited ones. Second, lack of theory to scrutinize seniority in the workplace. There is no such thing as very specific theory to understand seniority in the workplace. And maybe in a further research this has to be employed, that a researcher has to use a theory in order to make a discernment and judgment on the issue of seniority, whether it's a systemic discrimination or non-discriminatory. So basically that's my research paper, and thank you for watching.